Landslide crisis threatening hundreds of homes in Rancho Palos Verdes, California. This is Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 5 in the NLT on the right hand side. But the Lord, whose name is Yahweh, is still there in the city, and he does no wrong. Day by day he hands down justice. And how does he do that? Through judgment. That's how the Heavenly Father is known. Let's grab a quick precept and show you. Yep, Psalms 9 and verse 16. The Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is known by the judgment which he executed. And that's how the Lord does justice, through judgment. The wicked, the Edomites, which is known as the border of wickedness, is snared in the work of his own hands. Hegion, Selah. And what's the work that these damn devils are preparing to do? Their new world order, their one world system, which is going to be a snare. So back to Zephaniah 3 and verse 5 again. But the Lord is still there in the city, and he does no wrong. Day by day he hands down justice through judgment, and he does not fail. But the wicked, going back to the Edomites, know no shame. And that also goes for the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. But this is what the Lord is preparing to do. Verse 6, I have wiped out many nations. That's what he's preparing to do to who? The daughter of Babylon, which is America. Just like he did ancient Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Greece, Rome, and America is no different. Devastating their fortress, walls, and towers. The Lord is bringing all types of different destruction and plagues to this world. Their streets are now deserted. Going back to what's happening in California, landslides. There's a crisis. Not only that, earthquakes, different storms hitting that place, wildfires, and it's threatening what? Hundreds of homes. And this is just in Rancho Palos Verdes, California. But there's all types of shit going on all over California. So Zephaniah 3 and verse 6 again. I have wiped out many nations, devastating their fortress walls and towers. Their streets are now deserted. Their cities lie in silent ruin. There are no survivors, none at all. And that's going to ultimately happen during World War III, Armageddon. This place is going to become a wilderness. There's not going to be no survivors here on the soils of America. But right now, the Lord is plaguing this place, which we have evacuation orders in different prospective towns and cities all over California.
Some people in Rancho Palos Verdes, a city south of Los Angeles, have been told they may need to evacuate due to a landslide crisis. Now, what that means is there's a town outside of a major American city where the power had to be shut off to more than 200 homes over the weekend because dramatic shifting of land has made it too dangerous to power those homes. That shifting could cause damage to electrical equipment and cause fires. Jonathan Bigliotti spoke to angry homeowners who want the governor to step.
That's what you got going on all over California, which is wildfires. And that's, once again, how the Lord said that he would visit. Isaiah 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And that's going on all over California.
Step in.
We have a loft upstairs.
81-year-old Sally Reeves has lived in this house in Rancho Palos Verdes for 42 years.
The stairway was coming away from the wall.
For more than 6 months, she's watched almost every room in her home fall apart as landslides worsen in her community.
This is what it did to our bedroom.
So this was where a bed would normally be.
Our bed was right here.
And this is the cracking from this landslide.
Yes.
She's lived in this broken home while taking care of her disabled husband.
And you could see where the house has literally been ripped apart right down the middle.
Now the power company, Southern California Edison, has cut the Reeves and hundreds of their neighbors' electricity for an unknown amount of time.
Hey man, what we're hearing right now is the generator because the power was turned off on Sunday.
Yes.
She refuses to leave and is now living in the garage.
You hear that? She refuses to leave. And that's you Americans, man, your pride. And a lot of these places that these people build these houses on are known for having landslides, which is normal to the earth. But these damn devils, they don't give a fuck. They know it, no shame. She said, hey, I'm going to stay here regardless. Even though my house is splitting and getting ready to be torn in two. Let's go back to that in Zephaniah. Zephaniah 3. And let's read it in the KJV. Verse 6. I have cut off the nations. Their towers, which is their buildings, are desolate, meaning destroyed. I made their streets waste. Landslides all over the place. That none pass it by. You can't drive down those streets. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabitant. And that's pretty much where it's going to go to, where the Lord's going to have it to where you can't even live there no more. But until then, she said, hey, I'm going to stay right here, and you may end up dying right there as well. So verse 7, I said, surely thou will fear me. That's what they lack, a healthy fear of the Heavenly Father. But you best believe he's going to get his respect. Thou will receive instruction. Where's the instructions written at? The Holy Bible. But you got a whole lot of folk that don't want to receive the instructions the right way. So their dwelling should not be cut off. Howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. They continued on in what? Their evil deeds. Because there's all types of evil shit that goes on in California, man. That's the hub of all types of wickedness. Boulets and all types of Greek fraternities. Rituals happened. That's also where the Hollyweird is. And I forget what they call that other thing where these politicians and presidents go to. Damn, maybe it'll come back to me. Let's go to the video clip. Maybe it'll come back. I can't remember what they call it.
Underneath these seaside homes, a large complex of landslides started moving faster after historic rains pummeled the area.
This is what some residents have been dealing with.
That's what it's called, Bohemian Grove. And that's in California.
For more than a year, you have road closures everywhere. You have the sewer line that has been brought up. In some areas, the ground has shifted nearly 4 feet in just a month.
Not everyone can afford to retrofit, repair, or move. Finding prospective buyers or even homeowners insurance is nearly impossible.
Everybody must assume that people who live in Rancho Palos Verdes are infinitely wealthy. That's not the case, especially for me, and so I literally don't know where I'm going.
City officials.
So who do you see predominantly this is affecting? The wicked, the Edomites, which will be the so-called white people.
Officials are now requesting an emergency declaration from the state.
The acceleration that's happening currently is beyond what any of us could have foretold, and it demands more response from the state, more response from the federal government.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Jonathan Bigliotti in Rancho Palos Verdes, California.
So there you go. Let's close it out with verse 8 in Zephaniah chapter 3. Therefore wait ye upon me. And that's what the hopeful elect is doing. We're waiting on our power, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prayer. That's what we see happening. We see the nations on the brinks of World War III. That's the Lord rising up against the prey. We see famines, pestilences. We see uproars of the people. We see how the Lord said that he would visit storm and tempest, earthquakes, the flame of devouring fire. We see all these things happening. And that's the Lord doing what? Rising up against the prey. Who is the prey? These heathens. And also 2/3 of the nation of Israel. For my determination is to gather the nations. For what? Armageddon. That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation. What is the weapons of the Lord's indignation? Those nuclear missiles, which is going to abolish the Edomites' empire. Even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire, the second death, which is also known as a lake of fire in Revelation, that John the Revelator seen in the vision over 2,000 years ago, that we see coming to fruition right before our eyes here today, which are the last days. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. This is nothing but a precursor of what the Lord is preparing to do. A landslide ain't nothing compared to that fire. And that's how America is going to be done away with. Shalom.